If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you've for sure heard about EssentialsX, a Minecraft plugin that I've recommended in a lot of my videos. Now, while I do talk about it a lot and I recommend it a lot, I haven't actually made a solid video about EssentialsX and everything it has to offer. So today, that is exactly what I will be doing. Anyway, do make sure to hit subscribe and let's go. So what is EssentialsX in the first place? EssentialsX is a plugin that me and a big part of the community likes to call a core plugin. It forms the core of your Minecraft server. And a lot of other plugins that you might want to use on your Minecraft server eventually will hook straight into EssentialsX. So what does a core plugin exactly mean? Well, it adds a lot of commands and features to your game that over the years have just pretty much become standard on every single Minecraft server. You will very rarely see a Minecraft server that doesn't have all the stuff that EssentialsX adds. So what exactly does EssentialsX add to your server? Well, first of all, 130 commands. Now, the list of commands is actually huge, and it will be too much to cover all of them in this single video. But just some stuff that I know a lot of you will probably find interesting. It will add a rules command, which upon executing it will display the rules of the Minecraft server. It also adds homes, so you will be able to do the /set_home command, and after doing that, when you type /home, you will go back to that location. EssentialsX will allow you to set as many homes as you want. So for example, you can let VIP players set more homes than default players. You will also be able to set warps. Basically, it works the same as the homes, but the warps are public. So when you set a warp at a certain place, then everyone that has the right permissions will be able to teleport to there. It will also add all sorts of TP commands, most notably TPA, also known as TP ask. So basically, you send a request to a player to teleport to them. This is amazing for pretty much any Minecraft server. Of course, you don't want your players to just teleport to whoever they please. But TPA solves this in a very smart way. You can just send a request to a player, basically asking them, hey, is it okay if I teleport to you? Then they can execute the TP accept command, and then the player who sent the request will be teleported. Also, it will add economy to your Minecraft server. So have you ever seen a Minecraft server that has like a money system? Probably you have, because most Minecraft servers have an economy. So EssentialsX basically manages your server economy. You can also use EssentialsX to set up a shop so that your players will actually be able to sell and buy items. You can even do this with signs. So you can have a sell sign, a buy sign, stuff like that. Also kits, something that's very popular. Think of kit PvP, for example. Or let's say that as soon as players join your Minecraft server, you want them to spawn with certain items. So a starter kit. EssentialsX got you covered. Also, did you ever wonder how Minecraft servers added a spawn that you will be able to do /spawn and then you will go back to the start of the server to the spawn point? Well, EssentialsX also does that. So you can do set spawn at a certain point, and then every single player in your server can just type /spawn and they will go back to that spawn point. You will also be able to check your playtime. It will add an AFK feature so that after, for example, 5 minutes of inactivity, a player will be set to AFK, and then you can even set it so that after 10 minutes they will just be kicked from the server. EssentialsX also allows you to clear inventories. So you want to clear a player's inventory for some reason? EssentialsX can do that. EssentialsX also allows you to see other players' inventory. So with the inf_see command, you can actually look into someone else's inventory to see if maybe they've stolen a certain item. It will add the message command, which allows you to send a private message to a certain player. So if in the Minecraft server you want to have a private conversation with someone, then you can. But of course, for admins, it also adds the social spy command, which will allow admins to see those private messages. Now, we've already covered a lot of commands, and the insane thing is that this is just the beginning. This page holds 157 different commands, which is just huge. Now, all of this stuff will be added by installing EssentialsX. Now, because EssentialsX is a core plugin and adds a lot of very essential things, like certain APIs and an economy, a lot of other plugins you want to use will assume you have EssentialsX or another core plugin installed. Now, I do know that there are some people out there who don't like EssentialsX and don't want a core plugin at all, and you can do that. You can not run EssentialsX and just add all of these features when you need them. But to do everything that EssentialsX does with standalone plugins, you probably need to install like 10 or 20 different plugins. ads. And even then, you wouldn't come close, because all of those 20 plugins or something you install will need to work together well. And the chance of that actually happening is pretty slim. So even if you just need a few of the features that EssentialsX has to offer, then I would still recommend just installing it. If you don't want to use a certain feature, just don't give your players permissions to actually use it. By the way, permissions is something I always get a lot of questions about. A lot of people install plugins, and after that, when they let players onto their server, they will not be able to use the commands that plugin adds. They will only be able to use the commands when they're OP on the server. Now, if this is an issue you're facing, I would highly recommend checking out my Luck Perms tutorial. It will literally solve all of your problems. Okay, so when we go to download, over here you will see quite some different things. We got EssentialsX. This is the core. So this adds stuff like teleports, private messages, homes, warps, and all the other stuff I just showed you. Now what EssentialsX can also do is chat formatting. So sometimes in Minecraft servers, you see ranks in front of player names. Well, to get those ranks there, you will need to do some chat formatting, and Essentials Chat can do that. Now we also got EssentialsX Spawn here. So the /spawn command we talked about earlier, if you want to add that to your server, then you will also need to install this plugin. Now Essentials also has some Discord add-ons. This is basically an alternative to Discord SRV, which you might be familiar with. Now the last time I tried out EssentialsX Discord, I didn't like it a whole lot, I got to be honest, but the last time I tried it was more than 2 years ago, so maybe a lot of stuff has changed since then. That could totally be. But if it is the same as it was back then, I would still recommend installing Discord SRV if you're looking for a plugin to link your Discord and Minecraft server. And then we also got the EssentialsX Discord link, which just basically adds the functionality to sync your Discord and Minecraft account. Then down here, we got some other stuff, which I'm actually not very familiar with. I don't think a lot of people actually use these. So it is EssentialsX Anti-Build, EssentialsX Geo, EssentialsX Protect, and EssentialsX XMPP. So this one does permission-based building control. I think the reason a lot of people don't use this one is because we got WorldGuard, and WorldGuard is for sure the best building control plugin out there. I would highly recommend that above using EssentialsX Anti-Build. But yeah, if you want to go for it, then it is still a possibility. Then EssentialsX Geo allows geographical player lookup. If that is something you're looking for, then hey, EssentialsX got you covered, but I've personally never met anyone that uses this. And then we got EssentialsX Protect. So configure per world protection and control. Once again, we have WorldGuard. It sounds like Protect and Anti-Build are kind of the same thing, but this one is permission-based and this one is world-based. Anyhow, I've never met anyone who uses any of these plugins. Now, if you do use any of these and you're watching this video, then please let me know in the comments which one you're using and why. I'm actually really curious. Okay, so now that I've bombarded you with all of this information, let's go and install EssentialsX, as well as EssentialsX Chat and EssentialsX Spawn, and let's then go over the config. By the way, I know this is a really long video with a ton of information. It is for sure not for everyone, but if you've watched it till this point, don't forget to leave a like and also smash subscribe. You would really help out me and the channel, and it will get my goal to ever hit 100k subscribers just a little closer. Anyway, over here you can choose between a development build and a stable build. Now, I would always recommend going for the stable one, though sometimes you don't really have a choice. At the time of making this video, Minecraft 1.20 has just came out, and the stable release does already support 1.20. Though last year it actually took EssentialsX quite some time before they released a stable build that was compatible with 1.19. Because of that, if you wanted to use EssentialsX with version 1.19, you had to use the development build for a while. Now, I don't know when you're watching this video. It might be a few years after its upload. If that's the case, I don't know which version you should use, though in most cases you should just go for the stable one. So we're gonna download EssentialsX. We're gonna download Essentials Chat and Essentials Spawn. Now, after downloading, you want to go to your Minecraft server folder. Now, this part might look a little bit different for you. It all depends on where you're hosting your Minecraft server. My Minecraft server is hosted at AlienHost, and if you will be interested in checking them out, I will leave a link in the description as well as a promo code so you can save yourself some money on starting a new Minecraft server. But if you're using another hosting company or you're hosting on your own PC, then this might look a little bit different different for you, though the folders and all the files should be the same. So we want to look for the plugins folder, and over here we simply want to drag all the 3 Essentials files inside. Let it load for a bit, and there we go. Then you simply want to reboot your Minecraft server, and now that that's done, the config should be created and we can actually start changing some settings. So go back to your Minecraft server folder, then locate plugins again, and now there should be a folder called Essentials. Open that one up, and then you will see a lot of files here. We want to look for config.yml though. Now this file is huge, and I won't be able to go through every single setting, as pretty much everything of the entire plugin can be changed from this file. Even if you install EssentialsX Chat and EssentialsX Spawn, which are separate plugins, they're separate jar files, still the settings for those plugins can be changed inside of this config. So if you want to change something that has to do with EssentialsX Chat, then this is the config you want to be at. Only things like the MOTD, which is a message that you see when you join the game, and your kits, for example, will need to be changed from another file that I will show in a second. So first of all, we got some general settings. Over here you can change some stuff like what the color should be of an OP player. Now currently it is 4, and 4 is a color code. It is a color code for red. Now if you want to know what all the Minecraft color codes are, here you go. These are the color codes. These are the building color codes in Minecraft. I will leave a link to this website in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Now what is very great about this config file is that it is very easy to understand. So you see these hashtags here in front of these lines? Well, this is information. It is not part of the actual config. It is giving information on what this setting does. So in this case, it says a color code between 0 to 9 or A to F set to none to disable. If you're in 1.16 plus, you can also use hex codes. So let's say you want to disable that OP players have a different color, then it will literally say how to do it over here. We can just set this one to none, and there we go, it's disabled. Now here you also have a setting for a name prefix, the max length of a nickname, because the nickname command is also something that EssentialsX adds. You can also set a blacklist for nicknames, all stuff that has to do with nicknames and display names. Now when we scroll further down, you will eventually get to the teleport settings. So save teleport, teleport cooldown, teleport delay. You can also set a cooldown for stuff like a /heal command, which you can for example give your VIP players access to the /heal or /feed command. Now scrolling further down, you will eventually get to stuff like the mob spawn limit. So you have a /spawn mob command in game, which will spawn mobs. Currently the limit is 10, so you can only spawn, for example, 10 zombies at the same time. Now I think you get the idea of the config. If you want to look for a specific setting, most settings that have to do with like the same thing are kinda stuck together. So for example, this is all stuff that has to do with cooldowns and teleportation. And this all has to do with nicknames and display names. So if you want to look for something, then you just want to scroll through the config until you see something that kind of falls in the same subject as what you're looking for. And then you're probably close. Now over here, you can also enable signs. So this is on line 361, enable signs. So earlier in this video, I told you about buy signs and sell signs. Well, there are a lot more. You also got balance signs, you got trade signs, free signs, warp signs, kit signs, and the list goes on. If you want to enable them, you simply have to remove the hashtag. So bam, now buy signs are enabled. Or free, for example. Bam, free signs are now enabled. Now some plugins are great by default. Like there are plugins out there that you can just simply drag into your plugins folder and you're good to go. EssentialsX might be perfect for you as soon as you install it, but I think you actually want to change quite some settings. I would highly recommend, if you've just installed EssentialsX, to go to the config and go through every single setting. Yes, that takes a lot of time, but Minecraft server development in general takes a lot of time, and plugin configuration takes a lot of time too. If you're actually serious about creating a Minecraft server that looks perfect, feels perfect, and your players find perfect, then it will take a lot of time. And remember, you only have to go through this whole config one time. After that, everything is good and set. Now when we scroll all the way down, eventually you can see we got different sections. So we're now in the home section. section. This is where you will be able to change homes. Once again, make sure to read all of this stuff because it is so useful. It basically explains you exactly how the set home permissions work. So if you want your VIP rank to have more homes than your default rank, then you will have to give this permission to your VIP rank. And when we scroll further down, we got the economy. So what is the economy symbol? What is the max amount of money? What is the minimum amount of money? Currently it is minus 10k. You can also just set it to 0. So then 0 will be the starting balance. And from there, players can just go up. You can also set the starting balance to something like 1k. Then as soon as a player joins your server for the first time, they will start with 1k. If your players have already joined the server, of course, they won't get that 1k anymore. Now scrolling further down, we eventually got help. Some settings if you want commands from other plugins to show up in the /help command from Essentials. Then a little bit further down, we have EssentialsX Chat. So this section only works and is only activated if you've actually installed EssentialsX Chat. So over here, you will be able to change the text format and stuff like that. Something that I know a lot of people want to do is remove those annoying brackets around your name in Minecraft. If you want to do that, you can just remove them like this. And then you can, for example, put a colon here and there we go. That's a way better chat format. Now scrolling further down, we eventually get to the EssentialsX Protect option. Now I won't be going through this anymore as I didn't install the plugins and I've never really used them. Though if you think you could benefit from some of the features that this plugin adds, then of course, feel free to download it. Once again, read all of this grayed out text. It will give you a lot of information on what everything does and what everything is. It will make stuff a lot easier. Just take your time for this config. It is huge, but it is worth going through it. Now going back here, a few more files I want to touch. First of all, we got MOTD. So this is where you can change the message that a player will see as soon as they join your server. Now you can use placeholders like player or online, for example. Now you can of course customize this message however you want. So we could remove every single line and then we could make it like welcome player to my server. And then every single time a player will join, you will see that. Also something notable is the kits.yml. Over here, you will actually be able to create kits yourself, though I would not recommend doing that here. I would highly recommend creating your kits in-game, as it will be way easier. Okay, so this video is taking quite some time already. There are a few more things I want to show you in game. After that, I think you know everything there is to know about EssentialsX. So we joined and you can immediately see this message. So welcome owner Casasora to my server. Now why is my name red? Well, I haven't reloaded the plugin yet. So when I do Essentials and then reload. And when I now type MOTD, I can see the message and now my whole name will be blue. Now going through every single command in game would just be too much. We already checked out most of them, but I mean, they're pretty straightforward. So you can do set home, for example. And then this place is now marked as my home. And when I walk away and I then eventually type /home, I will be teleported back to that place. I can also stand on top of this tree and type /set warp. And then I need to give it a name, for example, tree. And then I can just go away and eventually I can type /warp tree and I will get back onto this tree. Because we also have EssentialsX spawn installed, I can go over here and I can just type /set spawn. So now this will be the general spawn point for everyone on the server. Meaning that if a new player joins your server, this is where they will spawn. And everyone that has access to the /spawn command can now just easily get back to that location. Now, of course, you also got TPA, so I can do TPA and then a Minecraft username. And by doing that, I will send a teleport request. Currently, no one else is online, so I won't be able to do that. But let's say I would have received a teleport command, I can just type TP accept, just like that. And doing that will accept the teleportation, and then the player who sent the request will be teleported. Also, the default command to switch game modes is /game mode creative, or for example, survival. Well, now you don't need to do that anymore. Now you can just type /GMC to get to creative, and then GMS to get to survival, GMSP to get the spectator. Or if you're still used to the old system of game modes, GM1 is creative and GM0 is survival, GM3 is spectator, and GM2 is adventure mode. Now, like you saw, we also got an economy. So when I type balance, you can see the amount of money you currently have. In my case, I got a crazy ton. You can also give a player money. So by doing /eco give, then the player name, and then the amount of money, for example 10, I will receive $10. You can also reset, set, and take if that's something you want to do. Also, to show you how the signs work, I actually activated the free sign. So now I can just go to a tree and I can type one of these brackets, then free, then another one of them. And then on the next line, we're gonna set the item that the player should be able to grab for free. For example, a diamond. So just type diamond, then press on done, and there we go. We got a free diamond sign. So when we now right click on there, you can see a whole chest with diamonds. You can just grab them, and as soon as we leave and we go back, then it will be filled again. Now, in that same way, you can also make a buy sign. So when we do one of these brackets, buy, and then on the next line, the amount. So for example, 5. Then on the next line, the item, diamonds. So 5 diamonds. And then on the last line, the price. For example, 70. So this will make it so that I can buy 5 diamonds for 70. Now you might be wondering, Kasasura, where are you buying them from? You're buying them from the server. So the stock will be infinite. It is not a player shop or anything like that. You're just basically spawning in 5 diamonds and you will lose $70. So when we click on done, you can see the sign is created. And when I now right click this sign, I will get 5 diamonds and $70 will be taken from my account. Now just quickly to show you how to create a kit, I'm gonna grab a few items. I'm also gonna grab a sword, and I'm gonna grab a piece of armor that I'm actually gonna put on. And then I'm gonna type /kit create, and then you want to give it a name. So I'm gonna call it starter. Oh, you also need to set the delay. So how often will somebody be able to claim the kit? Now let's make this a huge delay so players won't be able to claim it often. Then just press enter and there you go. A new kit named starter with 6 entities and a delay of 5 million has been created. Now when I clear my inventory and I now type /kit starter and then my own username, I will get that kit. So if you want to make a kit PvP server or something like that, then EssentialsX already got you covered. Of course, there might be some plugins out there that come with a nice GUI menu or some other features that EssentialsX doesn't have, but the fact that kits like this are already built in is just very cool. I shared so much information in this video, I'm actually tired now. Hopefully you found this video useful, hopefully you learned something from it, and then I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.